CNN Freedom Project. Apoio. CCR. Transformando vidas e cidades. Isso é mobilidade humana.
Olá, seja bem-vindo! No CNN Freedom Project de hoje, vamos falar de um tema recorrente mundo afora: a escravidão na indústria têxtil. Na Índia, o segundo maior produtor mundial de seda, mulheres trabalham em condições degradantes para criar um produto associado ao luxo. É o que você acompanha a partir de agora. Na Índia, saris de seda são um símbolo de status, especialmente em casamentos ou como presente. Ainda hoje, a seda é um tecido muito associado ao luxo. Não é comum pensar nesse produto como o resultado final do trabalho análogo à escravidão de alguém.
Bonded labor is the biggest form of modern slavery in today's world. Something seeming to be so beautiful costs people their freedom. That's just shocking.
Bangalore é a capital do estado de Karnataka, também conhecida como o Vale do Silício ou capital da TI da Índia. As ruas de Bangalore são muito movimentadas. Há todo tipo de veículos competindo entre si, sem seguir as pistas ou as regras de trânsito. Muitas das indústrias que encontramos nesta região e em outras partes de Karnataka não são tão desenvolvidas. Esse estado é conhecido pela produção de seda, que se concentra em 6 locais. Um deles é Sidlagata, que fica a cerca de 80 quilômetros de Bangalore. Na cidade há muitas fábricas de seda. Em geral, são de pequena escala. A maioria dos chamados escravos por dívida vem de comunidades tribais.
The main concern of Jivika is to work towards the eradication of bonded labor. In India, there are many bonded laborers. We do not have clear statistics, but in 2016, the Central Labour Minister made a statement in the upper house saying that there are 18.4 million bonded laborers in India.
Oh, hello, Kiran.
Hello, Dominic.
Hi.
So nice to see you.
I'm so happy that I can be here with you.
Please come.
Thank you for having me. My name is Dominika Kolchak, and I'm founder of Kolchak Foundation. I came to India to support Javika, which is doing a wonderful job in supporting people who are the victims of bonded labor.
This is our office and the training center. And here we are coming here for monthly meetings.
Kiran is an amazing fighter for freedom and is very involved to help people who can't help themselves. Being free It's not only a privilege, it's also a big challenge for people who were not free before.
We have been identifying bonded laborers in silk production during the last 5-6 years. We have managed to get release certificates to nearly 7,000 bonded laborers.
A mãe era escrava por dívida há 8 ou 9 anos. Ela fez um empréstimo de 100 mil rúpias, que viraram 200 mil, o equivalente a quase 12 mil reais. Por isso, mãe e filha foram forçadas a trabalhar para pagar a dívida.
Because of the debt they've taken, they're trapped in working for someone in order to pay back the debt. What are you doing in your work? What are you doing in the factory? How long are you working?
I'm working at silk industry. I started this work 3 years ago. We work in this factory 11 hours a day and we get only 200 rupees.
What are you exactly doing in a factory? What type of work?
We have to boil the cocoon and we have to remove the thread, then the silk is made. From that, the steam what will come, that is very bad smelling, and our hands are also started bleeding.
What are you afraid of?
I'm afraid of our owner because he has given us a home to living. Where should we go? We cannot go anywhere. So we are afraid to show our face and we don't know what he'll do with us after he sees this video.
O primeiro passo na produção de seda é o cultivo das folhas da amoreira, que são retiradas para alimentar os bichos da seda. Então eles passam a comer essas folhas. Leva cerca de 30 dias para amadurecerem completamente.
It is very difficult to convince the bonded laborers because they feel that they are beholden to the masters or to the landlords who have helped them in the hour of their need.
Those two women, they're very afraid of the person who they're paying the debt to, working in his factory. The girl was very clever, speaking beautiful English. She's working in a silk factory, which means she is dealing with hot water, with enormous noise, with heat. She was being shouted at. She was being told that if she's not going to follow all the instruction of her owner, she's going to be raped. She was really terrified. I felt so sorry for her. Why did you decide to record this?
The master's wife, she said, do the work properly. Then when the husband came, she started shouting. He came and he said to my mother, if you will not repay the money, then which man I have pointed, you have to go and sleep with that man.
Both the mother and daughter are treated very badly. For one thing, they have to work very long hours. They go early morning, around 6 o'clock in the morning, and they can come back only at 5:30 or 6 in the evening. And for these 11 to 12 hours, they get, each of them get hardly $3 a day. He says to repay the loan, or if they can't repay, he wants them to prostitute themselves. We have identified a number of persons in bondage, but majority of them don't want to come out in the open. I founded Jivika because I had come across the evil of bonded labor with 40 bonded laborers in one single village. From 1988 till 1990, I collected the data from nearly 300 villages.
The mother and the daughter didn't want to identify themselves unless they file the papers and receive the information that they are released from the debt.
They are afraid that the landlord could come anytime, therefore they don't want to make use of the law to support themselves. Also they feel that they are obliged to keep their word. They have promised they will repay, and they think it is their duty to repay. They don't really calculate that he is really exploiting them, and that for the number of years that he had worked, he would have repaid the advance or the loan that he had taken many times over. He does not readily see that as exploitation.
We needed to meet them outside of their village. They were really scared of the person who is their master. They knew that the consequences can be harsh. He was aggressive, he was abusive, he was terrible towards them. So the conversation we were having was far away from the place they live in.
O medo de denunciar seus exploradores é comum e quase sempre prolonga situações de abuso. Mas nesse caso, mãe e filha criaram coragem para falar. É no próximo bloco. A gente volta já.
Quer saber como mudamos o caminho de centenas de famílias? Em parceria com a Gerando Falcões, estamos reconstruindo e levando mais estrutura para a favela Marte em São José do Rio Preto, em São Paulo, melhorando a vida e o caminho de centenas de moradores. Isso é mobilidade humana. Com a nossa atuação, o lugar não será mais o mesmo, muito menos suas trajetórias dali em diante. Agora eles poderão trilhar os próprios caminhos. CCR, viva seu caminho.
Estamos de volta com o CNN Freedom Project. Na Índia, o chamado trabalho por dívida foi tornado ilegal em 1976. Mesmo assim, nem sempre o governo trabalha para cumprir a lei. Quando o bicho da seda encontra um canto para ficar, ele se implanta, cospe a seda que vem no estômago e a gira em torno de si. Com o casulo formado, o trabalhador retira todos eles, coloca-os em cestos e depois os leva ao mercado para venda. Dominica vai ao mercado da seda, onde os produtores de casulo se reúnem. É ali que eles oferecem seus produtos. Ela se impressiona com o que vê. Milhões de casulos por todo lado.
The whole approach is we want to build up the agency of the bonded laborers to make them secure justice for themselves. Very often, the authorities are not implementing the act. There could be many reasons for that. Maybe the majority of the authorities are coming from the same communities as the keepers of bonded laborers. They could be of the same dominant castes as the landlords. Once the authority finds that a person is a bonded laborer, then he has to take action to free the person. And the first step in freeing is to give a release certificate. And once a release certificate is received by the bonded laborer, it is a source of entitlement. It takes a tremendous effort from us to make the officials do what they are supposed to do.
Indian law is very clearly stating that as a bonded laborer, the person has a right to go to the officer and after filing the paper, claim the freedom back. But the reality is that these people are usually struggling with filing this. It's quite complicated. It's intimidating to talk to the officer.
But these two ladies, maybe because of the courage of the daughter, they were ready to file papers, but on one condition, that they have filed papers should not be revealed to the owner till they get freed. They are afraid that if the factory owners comes to know that they have filed papers, they would be thrown out of that house and they would not have any place to live. Therefore, they are very afraid.
We went to the office, we needed to wait in a long queue. That was their first time to face somebody who's representing the government, so obviously they were nervous. After we entered the office, we met the official. We explained the situations these women are facing, and obviously we heard that what is happening to them is unlawful. All the Indian citizens, they have a right to be free, and bonded labor is forbidden.
We can call bonded laborers in the morning and evening. We can call the owners and we can warn them.
After the conversation, we handed the papers which were filed before, and we heard that the reply is supposed to come soon. The reply is usually not quick. Quite often the people need to wait years until they receive the positive answer informing them that they are free and that they can be supported by the government in order to be sustainable again. The officials were not surprised that here we are, coming over with these two women, helpless, lost, and that we are supporting them. The officials, they knew about the phenomena, and they were obviously strongly against it. They were saying that they're going to do everything to help people who ended up in bonded labor. And well, I hope they're going to keep their promise.
Sidlagata é uma cidade pequena e tem cerca de 300 aldeias.
We go around all the villages, meet the people in the villages and get the data from them who are the bonded laborers. And I had come across this practice in one village with 40 bonded laborers in one single village.
O principal interesse de Devika é lutar pela erradicação da escravidão por dívida. A ONG trabalha junto às autoridades para garantir direitos dos escravos por dívida. No dia seguinte, a equipe procura outra autoridade. Havia muita espera e uma fila enorme, além de um grande número de pessoas esperando. Dominica e Kiran são atendidos por um funcionário do governo que explica a situação atual na Índia.
Do you have any particular reason why you decided to do the job you do, which includes taking care of people who are in position of being bonded laborers? He was very empathetic towards the victim. He's got a history of this happening in his family.
ನಾನು ಕೂಡ ಒಬ್ಬ ಗ್ರಾಮೀಣ ರೂರಲ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್.
His father used to be a bonded laborer, so he understands the reason behind it. He experienced that himself.
ಸುಮಾರು ವಿವಿಧವಾದ ಜನಾಂಗಗಳು, ವಿವಿಧವಾದ ಭಾಷೆ.
He also spoke about the rich businessmen who control these factories, and it is very difficult to take action against them. Yet he was determined to work out whatever programs that are there for the betterment of the lives of bonded laborers.
ತಾಲೂಕು ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ.
And immediately he said he was going to take action. He accepted the demand that we placed and he promised to take action without things being revealed to outsiders. It was only a first promise that justice would be given to us. But it was a celebration for us because it was a very collective effort.
Namaskara. Namaskara.
In the evening, Dominica and I went to a village where former bonded women had formed a self-help group to put together their savings every week, and from the collective fund, when any one of the members needed money, to borrow it and repay it with a small amount, and thus prevent them going into a landlord to take loans.
Esses programas são importantes porque quando uma mulher em situação de escravidão é libertada, ela precisa se virar sozinha.
The amount, even if they earn daily wages, would not be enough. They would have occasions where they require a larger amount, and therefore, if they come together, collectively they can build up a fund which would help.
They are giving each other the backup. I asked them how it feels to be free. They said it's wonderful. They love their new life. And they have each other to support each other in their new life. Kiran's approach is really complex, and this is wonderful to see that he is aware that this process to set somebody free is really complicated. Knowing that, he is supporting the victims of bonded labor and the whole process, from understanding what type of situation they are in, what to do with the situation, and how to get their freedom back. Moreover, how to live their life later on after they are free.
Wonderful.
Esse foi o CNN Freedom Project de hoje. A gente se vê na próxima semana. Até lá!
CNN Freedom Project. Apoio. CCR. Transformando vidas e cidades. Isso é mobilidade humana.